What's going on YouTube? I know this video is a little overdue, about 2 weeks overdue now, so I just wanted to recap Raw Nationals 2019, give a little bit more details on my performance, the meet itself, and all that good stuff. So let's just jump right into it. Clearly I'm very rusty at this, it's been a while. So fortunately, I finished first in my weight class, so I won the 66 Men's Open weight class, and I finished with an 8 for 9 performance, 670 kilo total, and it's my best meet to date, and I think ever since I started powerlifting, but definitely within the USAPL. So I'm very pleased about it. There were some things that could have gone better that I wanted, some goals that I wanted, but ultimately the main goal, or the monumental goal, was to win Raw Nationals so we can qualify for IPF Worlds, and we did that, so 2 thumbs up. So let me just go ahead and go over my attempts or lifts of the day up. So I opened with a 220 kilo squat. Felt okay, didn't feel as fast as I had hoped. So I only moved up 7.5 kilos to 227.5, and that one felt a little bit better as far as strength. However, the rack was kind of throwing me off. So we only moved up 5 kilos thereafter for my third, being at 232.5. And that one was perfect. I might have had 2.5 kilos there, but it was basically where I needed to be for the day. So moving on to bench, I opened with 152.5 kilos, which is somewhat conservative based on my weeks of training leading into Raw Nationals, but with it being Raw Nationals and the judging being a lot stricter, we decided to lower it just slightly to make sure that we were accommodating for a potentially longer pause. So that moved really well, and we jumped up to 160 for our second attempt, and that one moved really well. I felt really strong with that. However, the press command was a little bit different than the first, or the opener. So we only moved up to 162.5 for the third. I really wanted 165. I know I had it, but we wanted to play it a little safe just to make sure that we were going 6 for 6 into deadlifts, which has always been my strong suit. And we opened with 265 kilos, which moved exceptionally well. And the second attempt, 275, moved, honestly, it felt better, position strength-wise, than the opener. So I knew I had anywhere between a 280 and 285 deadlift in me on that day. But luckily, I found out that after I made my second attempt, I had won Raw Nationals because my opponent had missed their third attempt to try and push 2.5 kilos over my current total at the time. So I guess in a moment of happiness and just not caring anymore, I decided, okay, so my second goal was to reach a 1500 total. First win, then 1500 total. So then I would have needed a 287.5 kg deadlift, which happens to be 2.5, or excuse me, 3 kilos under the American deadlift record. So we just said, might as well load up the American and see if we can get the 1500 total and also an American record deadlift. So it wasn't there on that day, unfortunately. And that really sucked. That would have been what we call a super meet for me, but it just wasn't there that day. So overall, I'm very happy that I got the win and I'm qualifying for Worlds. And again, it was my best meet to date. But I did feel like I left some pounds on the platform that I know I could have made that day. For example, instead of jumping from 275 to 290.5 kilos for the American deadlift record, I could have jumped to 282.5, which was my initial goal going into Raw Nationals, which I think is somewhere between a 621 deadlift, which would have been a PR, platform PR. And I would have been 9 for 9, and again, I still would have won, etc. But you know, in hindsight, we think about these things. So my experience overall was great. The venue, the location, the way that the meet was ran was incredible. The best that it has ever been, not only in my personal experience, but from other individuals' feedback as well. So Raw Nationals is clearly growing. It's getting even bigger and bigger every year, which is an incredible thing because I love the environment. I love the energy that it brings, and I look forward to competing in the future and just maintaining that. So yeah, great experience overall, and now the goal is IPF Worlds in Belarus, Minsk, so right around the Russia area. So that'll be next year in June. So I have a very long off season leading me into Worlds. I won't be doing any meets whatsoever in between. I know the Arnold is a very popular meet in March, but I understand that it is, in order for me to reach that goal of winning first place at Worlds, I need to make sure that I'm doing everything I can in the off season to prepare me for that day. So it'll be about an 8-month off season of training. Actually, training's already started, and I've already set a really, what I would think is a really good plan in motion to get me ready for the prep, which won't be till 3 months out from June. So that's it. Just, I wanted to be a quick recap and give a little bit of perspective on what happened at the meet, and also a little bit of an idea of what my goals are. Now, I'm not gonna go into numbers or anything like that, but I will be posting on the channel as frequently as I can. Even though I'm still training, or I'm in the off season, I'm still undergoing my dietetic internship, and I've got other personal things going on in my life, so sometimes I just don't have time to make a YouTube video like this. But I'm trying to put my best foot forward to do this for you all and have you just follow along leading into Worlds next year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll check you guys out in the next one.